The road safety lesson designed to shock school children on the Isle of Wight have been shown graphic images of teenagers from their own school who were killed in a road accident on the island. The images include pictures of the youngsters' dead bodies at the scene of the crash. The idea is to reduce the number of fatal accidents involving inexperienced young drivers. Eventually, as Chris Connerby reports, all of the island's high schools will have this hard lesson in life and death.
2 Christmases ago, George Hammond and Guy Knight were killed when the car in which they were passengers smashed into another near Ryde. George was 17 years old, Guy 16. George's father described how he heard the news in a call from his ex-wife.
Got the phone call at 10 past 10, or 12 minutes past, I can still remember the time. We're just screaming, he's dead, he's dead.
George and Guy went to Sandown High School. Today, their fellow pupils saw pictures of the fatal crash, including images of the bodies of George and Guy. Images we're not showing here at the request of the families. And they heard the voice of Sarah Jones, the mother of one of those who survived.
We ran as fast as we could. And I could see all these ambulances and police cars.
Really shocking. I was on the verge of crying. It makes you really think about what these families had to go through and what it could happen to you or your family.
I've, never really seen anything like that before, so seeing something like that has really changed my opinion on driving and things.
Earlier, they saw the emergency services demonstrate what happens at the scene of a fatal accident.
Unlike the computer game where you don't die, actually a real road traffic accident, you can die in it. And seeing these images is a true realisation of exactly what can happen.
But how acceptable is it to show teenagers such graphic pictures of people killed on the road?
I think if it stops accidents and things, I think it's a good thing. Yeah, I think maybe shock tactics would work.
It'd be good to show them, what could happen, but then in another way they would get up, be a bit upsetting for them.
If I had a daughter of 14, 15, I guess probably my instinctive view would be no.
There were 5 in the car that night. It's painful for the families of George and Guy to see the images again, and not easy for the children to view. But the families hope that by allowing them to be shown, others won't have to suffer their dreadful experience.
Nothing's going to bring George back. So if some good can come of this, if children or the young adult, start to think before they get in the car and the consequences.
Hard lesson to learn for those school children. A new £30 million police station has opened in Southampton.